Hello, Tanya. Welcome. Could you please briefly introduce yourself and Keinice Bio?
My name is Tanya Jones. I'm the founder and CEO of Keinice Bio, PBC, which is a new public benefits corporation that has been formed to explore the cryopreservation of organs for transplant.
Yes. And please tell us about the novel cryopreservation technique that you're working on.
Well, it's a method that combines the traditional vitrification, which prevents the formation of ice, and another process called persuflation, which is the flowing of gas through the vasculature to rapidly and uniformly cool the organs down to safe long-term storage temperatures in a way that prevents the catastrophic fracturing that happens in large structures.
And could you tell us about the problem of fracturing as it pertains to cryopreservations today, both in the context of organs as well as in the context of cryonics?
Well, in the context of organs, for the most part, the organs that have been transplanted, successfully cryopreserved, rewarmed, and transplanted are all small scale. Rabbits and rats, and the methods that are used in those cases do not scale to the human size. And the advantage of our method is that it works better on the larger structures than it does on the small. So our work will focus exclusively on larger organs, primarily swine for our work with hearts, and human organs that we will be sourcing from the transplant network.
And of course, today there's a critical shortage of organs for donation purposes for patients who need them. Do you think that the technique that you're working on could help increase the availability of such organs and the survival of patients in the future?
That is absolutely the case. Here's the thing. A lot of organs that are available for transplant never get harvested and go to waste. And the reasons why include the fact that once you harvest an organ for transplant, they immediately begin to degrade. In the case of hearts, if you don't have a recipient within a 4-hour window, they won't take the heart. And in the case of kidneys, it's a little bit longer, 24 hours. Sometimes they go a little farther. But I envision a world where if donor organs come into a hospital, bank everything. Our method will allow that. You can just basically cryopreserve and cool every organ that might be available for transplant and sort out the recipients after the fact. And the advantages of once these organs are in a cryopreserved state, they stop degrading. And the method is such that you can ship these organs anywhere in the world. So the 4-hour time window for a single heart won't matter. If the person who needs that heart is across the country from you and it's going to take 6 hours, it won't matter because that heart is not degrading. So it opens the door to actual banking of organ, which has additional benefits, like you could do improved matching. If a person who was to receive an organ got a little bit sick, a little too sick for the transplant, that's okay. You just wait for them to recover. And the organ also, in that case, doesn't get wasted. The person gets the treatment that they need. So just having the ability to begin banking organs of any kind will immediately begin to address the waiting list for the transplant network.
Yes, and that would open up some much needed possibilities. What steps would need to happen in order for this vision to be realized?
Well, ultimately, the initial stages of our work at the new company involve improving systems that have already been built and basically rebuilding a couple of them. But that said, with our focus on hearts in particular, we want to go for the fastest possible FDA approval for this medical device that we're building. And we think that hearts are a really amazing candidate because of how important they are from a health and a longevity perspective. Unlike kidneys, where you can survive with just one, hearts you really need. And with only 30% of the hearts that are available for transplants being used, you can conceivably think of 1 or 2 years of banking hearts will fulfill the needs of a heart for every single person currently on the waiting list.
Yes, that would be immensely important. So, Tanya, you've been here at the Longevity Summit for 3 days now, and you were here also in 2022. What are your impressions thus far?
Oh, I love the meeting. It's a great meeting. The focus on longevity and aging sciences is just fabulous. And I come to this largely to get the word out about my work, but also to hear about some of the amazing projects that other people are working on. I've already gotten a couple of new ideas that I hadn't considered about how cryopreservation technologies might be modified using methods from other fields in the anti-aging research space. So both to inform and to learn. And this is a fantastic place to do it because it's all really good science.
Excellent. Well, we're pleased to have you here, and I enjoyed your presentation. Hopefully the public will be able to see it not too long from now as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tanya.